Welcome back to another video. Today we're working on a BMW. We've got paint peeling on the front bumper, which has been caused by damage, but the main culprit is it's had a previous repair and it's failed. So as you can see, unfortunately, we've got a broken trim as well. Now, we're not replacing this or repairing the trim today. We're just focusing on this paint section here where it's all peeling off. If we take a chunk off, you can see there's just no adhesion there whatsoever. It's just crumbling away due to paint failure. So we'll start by popping this trim out, which hopefully it's not been glued back in and botched together. Yeah, it's in quite bad condition. You can see here, it's actually cracked on the inner edge as well. There's a trim missing here, a tab that's holding that corner in. This piece is gone. I didn't see where that went. Oh, still there. There we go. Maybe I'll try and glue that together maybe. So it's not part of the repair we're doing today, but still. And then you can see in here, you can see where they've got white paint all over the black trims. Peeling paint. We're not getting involved too much with this on the inside of the trim. We're just focusing on this on the outside. So let's get it all cleaned down and then we can start prepping. To start with, I'm just going to use a solvent-based cleaner just to wipe over the surface. And then we'll go over with a water-based cleaner afterwards. It just looks like the previous repairers have painted over dirt, and yeah, it's horrible. I'll bring you in for a close-up anyway. I'll just use a water-based cleaner. Oh no. As you can see, I just painted over the trims. I'm not even bothered to mask them out. So yeah, we're not getting involved under there. We're just focusing on this damaged section. At least I know I can make a note that that wasn't me. That's somebody else has completely ruined this. It's a shame. It is a shame. Let's get our sander. Oh no. Need that. We can continue. Okay, now we're all sanded. We'll get some grey scotch on there, get it all keyed up ready for primer. I'm going to try and get all this, as much of this peeling paint out of these gaps as I can, and actually key it properly this time rather than just painting over all the dirt. I just don't understand why some companies and people do this sort of stuff. It irritates me, you know. Trying to stuff it all in there to get it as clean as possible. Looking a bit better now. So we are now ready for a quick mask up and primer. So we're going to use a little bit of water and an 800s wet and dry paper. We're going to lightly coat over, just a light mist, and then a little bit on the paper too. And we're going to flat down, being careful not to put any pressure on the paper at all. Let the paper do the work and cut down and smooth the primer. So I'm just going to take our time, lightly smooth. And it's good to note here as well, we can't use a block in this scenario because there's so many little curves going on. So we need to just do it by hand, and again being careful not to put any pressure on. Just a light tickling over. So one of the questions I did get asked was, how do you mix the paint, and can you show us the paint mixing process? You see that comment right here. So I'm going to show you through that now. First of all, we need to get the colour code off the vehicle. Let's go and have a look. So on BMWs, it's actually on the driver's side door. Help if we unlocked it first of all, though, eh? There we go. So what we're looking for is this sticker here. And the paint code on this particular BMW is 300. Which I know from previous experiences, Alpine White. So on our paint mixing system, we input the vehicle make and the colour code related to that specific vehicle. Once we put that in, we can see different shade variant options for that specific colour. In this case, we're going for the standard shade. Once we've selected the standard shade, we can scroll down and we can put in the exact amount of paint we want in grams. We can do 30, or in this case, we want 40 grams of paint. Once we've put that in, we can see all the tint is involved with making that specific colour. It starts with 000, then we have 186, 13 and 159. We can see exactly how much in grams of each of those tinters to put in. So we'll start with 000. So we use Gurko PPS pots. The brilliant thing about these is they're a plastic container, but they come with a filter built into the cap. And these just clip straight onto the spray gun. So it makes life tons easier, and you get pre-filtered paint straight through the gun. So our first tinting that you can probably see just over there to the side of the screen is 000. That's straight white, and we need to put in 38.86 grams. We're going to do a 40 gram in total, so 38.86 is what we need to put in of 000. So 000 is this white tinter here. And again, we'll put in 38.86. So while mixing, I do allow myself a 0.1 gram tolerance. I'm mixing in the van with suspension. Even the air blowing on the van can sometimes make the scales move. So I always allow myself a very slight tolerance when I'm mixing the paint. Trying to get 0.01 of a gram of paint out of a bottle is very difficult. So yeah. Forgive me. On to tinter 186, and we just want 39.47. And 13. And finally, 159. And our final step is the water-based thinner. We can put between 4 and 8 grams, so anything in between there is absolutely fine. After a good mix up, we can pop the filter cap on, and the paint is ready to go. It's now ready for masking up. So we're going to do our outline first in 2-inch tape, and then we can come in and get everything sheeted off, ready for painting. And then we need to back mask. Oh, another bit of plastic there as well. I'll keep that to the side. So while I'm literally watching paint dry, I figured I might as well bond in the trim that's broken. So all I've done is put some super glue up the back edge and just bonded that piece back in so it will clip back in correctly. Now I'm not charging for this. Obviously it's just a super glue trim. It's just to help it clip back in and stay properly. So after we've finished flattening and polishing, we can just pop this trim back in and it will stay in without falling back out again. So we're all done there. We'll get this tape out and we'll get the trim back in. So we'll give it a quick polish now just on the blend edges, and then I'm just going to touch up this little bit here with some colour that I've got left over. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below, and have a great rest of your day.
Who the hell could stop me?